Hello, folks. Good afternoon and welcome to the DigiPen Show. I'm your host, Doug Zwick. With me in the studio, as always, is my pal, Ashley Goodwin. Say hello, Ashley. Ashley?
Hello. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. It's okay. It's all right. We're coming to you live from Redmond, Washington, here in the beautiful traditional land of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish, the Stillaguamish, and the Coast Salish people, past and present. We honor with gratitude the land itself and these tribes. We have a killer show for you today. We're going to have some friends over and do some game analysis. It's going to be great. You should definitely stick around for all that. But first, let's say hello to our chat moderator, Digit the Dragon. Say hello, Digit. Hi, Digit. Digit, are you there? I think Digit's there. Did we get in touch with Digit before the show started, Ashley?
No.
Okay, there we go. Yes. Oh my gosh. We don't even need to. It's like, all right. Thank you so much, Digit. This is great. If you're watching, anyone out there, please say hello in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. We love to see the chat just going nuts. It's great. If you have any questions for me, for Ashley, for Digit, anyone at all, please feel free to ask them. Ashley, what's going on right now?
I just got back from vacation,
That sounds
and to go on said vacation, I had to be vaccinated.
Yes, exactly right. You know what? That's a good point. I also got vaccinated, not for a vacation, but just because I wanted to. And so I got that it's like 4 weeks ago, something like that. Basically, DigiPen right now is requiring all on-campus students and staff to be fully vaccinated, and that includes me and Ashley. It also includes today's guests. Joining us here in the studio as our first ever in-studio guest is a computer scientist and game designer who teaches programming here at the DigiPen Institute of Technology, where he earned his bachelor's degree in computer science and game design, and then later also his master's in computer science. Please welcome to the show my friend, Victor Cecci. Come on.
Hey, Doug. Hey, everybody.
Hi, Victor. Hello. Please have a seat.
Hey.
You can put on your headphones. You can take off your mask, actually.
All right.
We don't need that right now. We're both, you're vaccinated, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am too. Okay, that's great. All right, toss those headphones on, and we'll get going in just a second here.
All right.
So, how you doing? How you feel?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's very good. That's great. So, have you played the game that we're playing today?
I have played quite a bit. I hear you haven't played it quite yet.
I have not played it at all yet. So,
you're in for a treat today.
I am really excited about that. Yeah. And I see that we got my friend Lawful Wood here in the chat's already just ready to go. All caps Victor. So this is very good. All right. Well, Victor is not our only guest today. Joining us from across the building is the program director for the BS in Computer Science and Game Design program here at DigiPen. That's the program that Victor graduated from, by the way. He's worked on everything from tabletop games to digital games to gaming technology and has been teaching game dev and design here for almost 20 years. Please welcome to the show my friend, Ben Ellinger. Hello, Ben.
Greetings.
Okay.
That's great to be here.
It's great to have you. I'm so excited. This is really great. I've been looking forward to having you on the show since before the show was on. So, all right. Here we go. Today, we'll be playing a game that I've never played before. It's called Hades by Supergiant Games. So, Ben, have you played Hades?
I have. I've played about 40 hours of it.
Okay, that's very good. And Victor, you say you played it too?
Yes, I played it as well.
Ashley, have you played Hades?
Yeah, I have. You're
Okay,
the only
that's
one,
excellent.
man.
I know. I'm feeling very left out.
Yeah,
Soon
what
I
the
won't be
fuck?
left out.
Jeez.
I know. Well, so today we won't. It's not just a matter of me playing Hades. I'm going to be trying to fix my hat too. Apparently, that's what's. No, and also I'm going to be. We're going to be analyzing Hades. So Ben and Victor are both game designers, and I'm also a game designer, and we'll just be spending a lot of time analyzing it. I'm in the driver's seat, which means I'm going to be controlling the game. But I think once in a while I might hand it over to Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's in a different room, so I can't quite so easily hand the controller to him. But he'll be there to provide commentary and analysis whenever we need it. So, what do you say we get into it?
All right,
Should we
let's
just
get started.
dive in? Before we do, actually, let's have a little bit more of a conversation.
Okay.
Because I do want to talk a little bit. So Hades, I understand, without ever having played it, is a roguelike. Is this correct?
Yeah. So most people would probably categorize. It kind of depends on how you break it down. Some people like to consider Hades a roguelite, which is
yes.
kind of a spin-off of roguelike. Right?
I've heard that before. And so
Yeah.
when I think of roguelite, I usually think of something. Well, first of all, when I think of roguelike, the first thing that comes to mind is the game Rogue,
Right.
which is, of course, the terminal, the text adventure, not text adventure, but the text graphics, and it's a procedurally generated dungeon, permadeath, brutal difficulty. You try to get as deep through the dungeon as you can. if you die, you just try again, and maybe 1 in 10 tries you might get some good progress, that kind of thing, right? And so that's what I think of when I think of roguelike. And then you get stuff like Spelunky, which is considered a roguelike usually, right?
Yeah.
You get stuff like what are some other classic examples of roguelikes? You got
we have the Castlevania's games, right? A lot of the
Castlevania.
It depends on.
Has there wait?
I might take that back.
Has there been a
actually.
Castlevania roguelike? Are they holding out on me?
I actually.
Because I would play that in a heartbeat. That sounds
right.
amazing. I don't think there actually is. But
Rogue Legacy is definitely
Rogue Legacy
that's
is
inspired by Castlevania.
Is exactly inspired by Castlevania, and
although you could say that it's also a roguelite, right? So I guess the big distinction there is
what's roguelite?
on that permadeath kind of mechanic, right? In the original kind of traditional hardcore, you have the concept of a run, right, where you get to reset, which I guess that's the thing that Castlevania is missing. So I guess you couldn't call it really a roguelite. But on the roguelites, right, the more modern sensibility, usually you also have some progression that's kind of persistent between runs, right? Which is what you're going to find here in Hades. I'm not going to go too much in detail since we're going to play in a bit, which makes them a little bit more of, have more of a modern sensibility, I would say, right? It's a little bit more approachable for a broader audience.
Right.
Actually, I want to hear from Ben. So Ben, what did you think about the distinction here? Do you see as a big deal? Yeah.
You always get into this thing about it's like, oh, is it a roguelike? Is it a roguelite? I mean, it's always a little funny, right? Because there's no formal definition of it. So that means people argue about it all the time. And it's the classic thing where you go, oh, that's not a roguelike, that's a roguelite. See? But what are the characteristics? I mean, is it permadeath? Is it the progression? Is it just, what about the procedural generation? Because you could have something that's very light on the procedural generation, but has all the other characteristics of a roguelike. Is that a roguelike or a roguelite? It's like, eh. And so I don't really care about the distinction very much. Procedural generation where you make multiple runs. As long as you're doing that, you're in this realm. I don't really care whether it's a like or a light, really.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Well, should we jump in? Should we play it?
Sure, yeah.
All right, let's play Hades. Here we go. I'm really excited about this. This is finally get the chance to play it. So please welcome to the show, Hades.
Won some awards actually last year, Hades. It's made by Supergiant Games, right, which is an indie company out in California, and I believe this is their fourth game, right? They had their first game was Bastion, and then they follow up with Transistor and then Pyre. It usually takes them about 2 to 3 years to develop one of these, and I think this is probably their best so far, at least according to my personal taste. I don't know about the audience. I also played all the other ones. Bastion is also, I guess the one that put them on the map.
Right, and I played a little bit of Bastion. I haven't finished it, but I did play a bit of it, and I played a little bit of Transistor also.
I think you can see a little bit of it here today. Of course, the mechanics are very different, but there's some inspiration there.
Some of their design DNA carries over.
Right, and right off the bat, we can see kind of some of the trademarks here of the Supergiant. I like that they focus a lot on the aesthetic side. They pay a lot of attention to the music, which I enjoy. I think all of the games have superb music.
Yeah.
And for the art style that they go with, they usually go with this hand-painted, very vibrant colors, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Usually their games tend to be a little bit lighter on tone, you could say. But I think with this one is really cool, right? They managed to somehow put in vibrant colors in a game that's literally just depicting a hellscape, right? Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
It's
I've
not
seen
something
bits
you're
of it,
gonna
and I
see
agree
every
with that. So I also want to mention, speaking of characters, art designs and all this stuff, Lalume in the chat points out that everyone has crushes on Hades characters.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's a
for
really
sure.
good point. So that's actually, and I mean, there's no need to make everyone hellish and grotesque and awful looking. I mean, let's go ahead and have all the characters
Right.
be attractive. I don't have a problem with that.
Or appealing, at least in some way.
What's that? Sorry.
Appealing in some
Yeah,
ways.
yeah, that's right, exactly. All right, well, so I want to also, you mentioned the music, which I love the music. Is this by the same person who did the music for like?
I think so. Yeah.
For
the voice
Transistor
acting
and all
is
that?
they work with different people. I think
Darren
they
Korb,
have-
I think his name is, the guy who did the music for Transistor. I think it is.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good stuff. So, speaking of music, I want to call this out. Like, this is a known problem we're having. We're having this issue with audio problems. You're hearing it once in a while. So, if you're hearing that on the stream, I apologize. We're doing what we can to figure it out, but we kind of at wit's end trying to solve that. So, if you hear that there, I really apologize. We're hearing it too. We'll just tough it out. So, all right. So, shall we just begin?
Let's get started.
Let's go ahead. All right. Empty save slot. Here we go.
Don't recommend choosing hell mode for your first time.
Few tales
Fine
are
with me.
told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully. Goodbye.
All right.
All right, and it just puts you right in, which
I
is
guess so.
great, right? No longer
To hell with
those
this
long
place.
introductions, right?
All right. So, first thing that comes to mind is I'm
Uh-huh.
wondering who that I was, who that person was who was talking just then. I'm sure we'll
That's a good question.
learn more
yeah.
about that later. But all right. Well, I'm going to start by looking at first thing we see here. We got some we got some UI on the screen. Let's take a look at the UI here. So.
Right. Can you tell major elements here of the UI just by this is your first time playing?
First time playing, so I got. Let's try it out here. Is it their mouse cursor? Yeah. So down here, I'm assuming this is my health bar.
Okay.
50 out of 50, right? Looks like it's probably a health
Pretty
bar,
good, yeah.
right? It's gone now. Wow, how about that? Okay, there's. All right, so the next to it we have a 1 out of 1, some kind of crystal. I'm thinking that's some kind of a maybe my it's a resource I can expend, or maybe it's like my lives or something like that. I'm not
Okay.
sure. We'll see. Over here, I'm guessing these are maybe abilities that I will unlock, or they're on cooldown, or I don't know what. But they're all grayed out, so it looks like I can't use them. This is my
Pretty good guess. Yeah.
my guess. And of course everything is it's going away after I don't use it for a while. It's sort of like a nice trick to do. So also look at the game here. This is wild. We get all these red hands poking up out of the ground. Now it said this is Tartarus. Tartarus is like the depths of punishment hell for people in-
different layers of hell. So,
Right. Yeah. So this is one of those, and so these must be just these tormented souls trying to reach their hands up. This is really wild. And then there was I could move these things disappear when I move into
Right.
them.
They've been doing that in pretty much all their games. They do kind of contextual UI. They tied it, like I said, they pay lots of attention to the art work, right? So they want it to be like, if you want to take a screenshot, right, it's just like all you need to do is just leave it there for a second, and then you can kind of take a screenshot, and it also kind of works as a piece of art, more or less, right?
Exactly. And speaking of art, so Night Sprawl here in the chat says the art director was pushing to have classical style historical art, which would make all the gods fully nude. Kind of happy they didn't do that. I gotta say, if we're being honest here, I'm not happy they didn't do that. But you know what? To each their own, I suppose. That's
I
fine.
think they
I guess if they did do that, we wouldn't be able to feature this show.
we'll be
on
able
our
to
show.
see it in a little bit, but I think you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah,
but I like their art style quite a bit. Right, they were able to still have very identifiable traits for each of the gods, but have their unique spin, their unique style on it, which I like it a lot.
All right, well, I should probably play this game here.
Yeah, go
So,
ahead and try
all
it.
right, first of all, I'm gonna push some buttons. All right, let's
Okay.
see. There's okay, that looks like some kind of move I've got here. It's kind of dash
right.
move. All right, no visible changes to any of the UI elements, so maybe it's just got an invisible cooldown or I don't know what. Let's see. Oh, I got a sword here. That's a fun sword too, by the way. I can hit these things. Oh, I called them wretches. Wow, that's.
Yeah, voice acting is a big portion of this game,
Yeah.
and a lot of the story and characterization comes through the voice acting. You see that a lot.
All right, cool. And I can, let's see. Whoa, cool. Some kind of a range attack there. And oh, I've used that thing up. Okay,
Yep.
that's it. So hopefully I get that back. But
Yep.
all right, cool. And then this button does a nice big powerful attack like that. That's cool. I'm into that. What if I dash and do that? Looks like it's just kind of doing one and the other. All right, cool. Cool. And right stick doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, there I got.
All right,
Got that
so
back.
you got your crystal back, yeah.
All right, and then the shoulders. There's some stuff up here on the shoulder buttons, but well, no, that wasn't that. Never mind. I saw that red X up here. I thought that
Yeah.
was from pressing buttons, but I didn't know.
Probably indicating that you still don't have the resource.
All right, cool. Well, let's keep going. Oh, can I smash these things? Of course I can. Oh,
Yeah.
can I ever?
The environment
Yeah.
is pretty interactive.
Oh, look at this. Whoops, it says. That's very funny. All right, cool. And nothing's hurting me yet. Okay, so here we go. Right bumper to proceed. Okay, cool. So there's the interact.
Yeah, contextual prompts.
I like it. I like it. All right, so I guess all I want to do is move forward. Here's an enemy.
Right.
I'm leaving to
First
try to
enemy.
stop me. Okay, cool. So I'm thinking myself, okay, the only defense I've got, other than just kind of getting out of the way, is to use this dash I've
Yep.
got here. So I'll probably
Dashing,
try to
you're going to be using that quite a bit.
probably doing some of that, right? Oh, ow!
Oh.
I got hurt. Okay, so that was first blow I took. Did 20% of my life there. So that was
Right, that's quite a bit.
quite a bit. It seems that wasn't just a wimpy foe to start out with. All right, are
Some
you?
different enemy types here.
Yeah, I guess so. Let me see if I can do a. There you go, range attack there. Okay, and oh yeah, I get that back there from that.
Projectile back.
Okay, cool. So, ow.
Oh.
Okay, we're fine. Oh, so it put a little element above that enemy's health
Right.
bar.
So it's like the crystal gets stuck on your enemy, right? It's a
Okay.
projectile shot, but if you kill them, you get it back as well, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of an incentive for you to shoot them and then
That's neat. I like
go
that.
beat up that enemy.
So now I don't get it back until I kill him, though, right? So let's see here.
Well,
We'll see, right? I mean,
you
maybe.
do get it back if you kill him, but it also
might-
comes back after a little while.
Okay, because yeah. Let me see here. I want to see. I want to waste it, and then it just hangs out there. Okay, that's cool. So
It has a little bit of a homing as well, right? It helps you quite a bit, especially when you're using controllers.
I like that. All right, so that was. I could tell that was the end of the battle because it did
Right.
the dramatic.
There's a little bit of a pause at the
Yeah,
end. It's
exactly,
very good
right.
game
That was
feel
nice.
there. Yeah.
All right, so I'll accept this. I don't really know what it is, but we'll accept it.
To be her. Then here goes nothing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Right.
All right.
Hail, noble cousin. Now, let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
Okay. I like this. Look at Athena.
Uh-huh.
That's like just a really bold character design there. Just
Right.
lots of everything. You know the.
Yeah, but it still has all the elements, so you can still tell, right? It still has the shield, the owl,
She's
right?
the
all
owl.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I guess okay. So if you showed me this picture and
Uh-huh.
you said, "Hey, Doug, which Greek goddess is this?" I might be able to nail it down to Athena.
Right.
If you just showed me this, though, you said, "Who is this?" Then I might have a harder time. But
Sure.
I'm not saying that as some kind of criticism, of course. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's enough to know that it's Athena in the context of this game, I suppose.
It makes sense in the context.
You bet. It's great. It's a neat looking character. The
Right.
little owl looks like. That's a really cute looking owl. Anyway, all right, cool.
It's a pretty cool introduction. We're about to get an introduction here to our main mechanic of the game. I'd say.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. So, boons of Athena. Behold the peerless defenses of the gray-eyed goddess. I gotta choose one. Okay, so Divine Strike. Attack gets stronger and can deflect. Attack damage plus 40%. All right, that sounds good. So I would press X to use my main weapon. Turn. Yeah, deflect. Okay, cool. Phalanx shot. Your cast. I'm guessing that's my range attack here.
Right, we have the little tooltips.
Yes,
on the right,
exactly
which I
right.
love.
You're right. And then so it damages foes in a small area and can deflect. That's nice. So the cast damage goes up to 85 from 50. That's cool. Okay. And then I can retrieve that to get it back. Okay. And then finally, my dash deals damage and can deflect. Okay, that's kind of neat. So now I have to decide.
Right, you have to pick a choice here on pretty much which of your moves you want to upgrade. And that's kind of the idea here of the main mechanic, where you're having your main primary attacks being upgraded by the gods you find. And we're going to see that quite a bit.
Okay. I think I typically like my melee strikes. I'm kind of more into doing that, so I'm going to start with that. So
Okay.
Divine Strike, here we go.
I
All
know
right.
You can't hear me all the way where you are, goddess, but thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Athena. See,
All right.
look any different? I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you're going to need to go into the next thing to see the
All right,
damage
that's
upgrade
okay.
there. But
That's all right.
there we go, some more enemies.
First.
Oh, okay, we're good.
There we go, nice dash.
Yep.
You can see your little power up there on the corner.
Oh, yeah, that's over there. It's true. Okay, neat. So, and I think, I'm trying to be strategic about this, but I'm pretty sure if I just kind of mashed it out, it probably would be okay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of strategy. The beginning of the game tends to be
It's
a
the
little
beginning of the
bit
game.
mashy.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, right? So
You just don't have that many options or how many strategic. The enemies also tend to have pretty simple patterns to begin with, which is expected.
Right. All right, so I'm getting
Some for everyone.
There we
kind
go.
of beat up
I
here.
really like that game feel that they do the pause and the flash at the end of the rounds.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, I can gain some of this.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Gain some purple.
I gained some purple crystal things.
Yep.
Some kind of little kind of like teardrop shape.
Yeah.
So kind of run around here. Obviously, this game draws comparisons to stuff like Diablo from mostly just from the perspective, I would say.
Isometric, yeah.
Isometric perspective. But and seeing a room like this, when I played Diablo, I would think, all right, well, I better go run around and break all the barrels and just kind of poke at everything I can. And Diablo is procedurally generated. Now, is this game procedurally generated as well?
Yeah, it is. Each room is procedurally generated. You're going to find different collections of enemies, different time power-ups, different layouts as well. The sizes don't tend to vary all that much, but yeah, it's still procedurally generated, which is kind of one of the hallmarks as well of roguelikes. What I like about it, I mean, we've talked a little bit already about the art style, but I love that, you know, when you think about a game, oh, let's make a game that's set in hell, usually you're going to think of like, okay, it's going to look really grim and dark and all this stuff, but they managed to make it like pretty vibrant and pretty like nice looking, right? It's like it doesn't feel like a really oppressive environment, which you normally would expect, right, for a game that's set in hell, right?
Yeah, I know.
But yeah.
So I'm hoping to find some health regeneration because I'm pretty low. I don't know if the game is going to... Well, there's a heart there. I wonder if that's going to mean anything. We'll see. Yeah, so... All right. Oh, well, this is a much more mean-looking room. There's a trap there. I wonder if I can use that to hurt enemies.
Good question.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Can I lure any of my foes around here? Ow, ow, oh gosh, I'm getting beat up. I'm gonna die. I don't want to, but I might. Let's see. Now, I know that my attack can deflect. There, so I just said deflected, so that's something that's kind of cool. Oh,
nice.
That was cool. Okay. I'm into it. Oh, okay. There we go. Max life went up. So max life went up, but not current life. I mean, obviously current life also went up, but it wasn't like just a minor gain of my. I wasn't just a gain of my temporary resource. So, all right.
So right off the bat, you get to see a pretty good kind of main structure of the game, right? You go into rooms, you beat up some enemies, and then you get some nice goodie at the end, and then you just proceed to the next room. That's kind of the core game loop of the game there. It's really good at efficient, I suppose, at teaching it at the beginning. Right. But there's, as you can expect, right, there's going to be quite a bit that's going to come up later with the different combinations of power-ups and different types of rooms and rewards and all that kind of stuff. I think you're going to see that quite.
Yeah, so my thoughts for now are that, you know, I mean, I got the game's been set up kind of big. It set itself up to be kind of grand, and I'm really only getting a small taste so far. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more to do. Now, I know that I've got one of these 4 things. You mentioned that, okay? And I'm going to get 4 more things. So I'm expecting, this is me going on record now, making a prediction, that I'm going to gain 4 more chances to choose power-ups. And that, as we were talking before, Ben was mentioning this earlier too, that we have the idea of a run, right? Or maybe you did, I forget it was you or Ben, but that, you know, so I'm going to be doing runs in this game, and that each run I'm going to get up to 4, like, powers or something like that. And then I'm kind of locked into those for that run. So we'll see if I'm right on that. But
that's a good supposition, right, based on what you know so far. Yeah.
Right. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. Anything else I can swing my sword at here in this room? Let's see here. I think I've mostly covered everything. Noticing that okay, let's just go ahead.
And I like this idea of like really discrete small chunks of content where you get to really, like, you can play, I'm just gonna play for a few minutes and do a run. I can do even less than that and just do a room. The game also auto-saves between each of the rooms, so like, say if you needed to close it down for now and just, you know, move on and have to do the other stuff, it saves your progress in the middle of the run too, which is pretty cool, right? Having these small discrete chunks.
Okay, I'm into it. Oh, ow. All right.
Seeing a few different enemy types here.
Yep. Oh, whoops, I lost my thing. There it is.
Oh,
that was a
trap
trap.
there too, yeah.
Yeah, I got hurt. All right, we're good.
Nice.
So, let's see here. Oh, get me out of here. And then a nice slowdown. So there's a few enemies in a room. I beat them all. The trap can't hurt me anymore.
Right.
So only active while I'm fighting enemies. And
so you can get to explore the room afterwards.
Yeah. Right.
In a safe kind of environment. Yep.
Can I see a map or anything like that, or like a
no
view of what I've done?
A map here. Yeah.
That's interesting. Huh. Let's see. That's kind of fun. I can just kind of destroy this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. I wonder if there's any reason to do that. I guess. Hang on a second.
Were you trying out?
I want to see if if it will block, projectiles. I'm supposing that maybe it does until it gets destroyed, and then it's like a barrier in
there's
Space
another one there.
Invaders. Yeah, right. Okay, right. So, oops, I missed. Now I wish I could. Oh yeah, there you go.
There
I
you go.
wish that I could aim that longer, but I guess that's gonna be just part of the game. So let's see. Gain this, and I'll move on. Still don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's something
Right.
I'm going to be spending before.
The game is, so it is giving you some reward there, right? You don't know exactly what it's for, but it's still trusting that it's not going to be a big deal that you don't know quite what
that's
it is
right.
yet.
I don't feel like I need to stop.
Exactly, right?
to
You know it soon enough.
Raise my
that's
hand to
basically
stop
right,
the
yeah.
instructor to tell me.
Exactly. So it's not like it could just it could pause the game right here and start with a tooltip and tell you exactly what it did, right? But like it's not going to be important right away. So they're like, let's just hold it off and we'll trust that you'll see what it is soon enough, right?
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to the next room. All right, so more of these little fellas, numbskulls, huh? So let's see here.
You have tons of these little audio clips that are contextual based on your environment, what happened to you, what happened.
Well, and that's a very Supergiant thing to do.
Right. I don't know if you saw that, but you also get to interact with the environment. The rocks fall off when you hit the pillar, and then they crush the enemies.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, that's really cool. I did think I kind of saw that, but not much.
And there's a little crushed that appears on top. Oh, you might have seen there, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pay attention to.
There's a lot
everything
going
that's
on.
Yeah.
It's a real lot going on. I've never been very good at being able to notice all of the things happening at once in the game. All right, so...
Palm of Power.
Yeah, I did see that. Palm of Power. I saw that briefly. I thought I was hallucinating it, but let's see. Okay. Oh, hey, look at this. Divine Strike, level 1 to level 2. Your attack is stronger and can deflect. So this is just... I already have Divine Strike, right?
Exactly.
So now I'm going to
So you get to take one of the boons that you got, right, and just upgrade them to the next level.
Okay, this is really cool. This is great. So, taste of but a single pomegranate seed holds power in the underworld. Oh, that's of course a reference to the story of what's her name? Do you know what I'm talking about? The Persephone, right?
Persephone.
Yeah, exactly. The daughter of Demeter, who was.
I'm sure you're gonna hear about it.
I'm
later
sure
in
I'm
the
going to
game.
hear a lot about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, okay, that's great. So I'm having just one pomegranate seed, and she ate like 9 of them or something like that. So, all right, I'll take it. That sounds great. Now I have that.
Right.
They must have lots of these upon Olympus. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. So yeah, I suppose it seems to me that it's probably not much. So far, I've come to believe there's not much reason for me to just destroy these pillars, other than the sheer joy of it. After the room has been completed.
Fair enough.
I don't think I've found any resources in anything. It's a ton of fun to smash pots. I've been a Zelda
Here's
gamer for a
interesting,
long
right?
time.
You now have two options there.
And they have different symbols on them.
Okay.
So this one has the symbol of this thing over here that I haven't seen yet. Okay. And this one has it's an arrow. And I'm assuming that there's going to be arranged business here. Maybe. Gosh, I don't know.
Don't worry.
I'm not worried.
I believe I went through the same kind of thoughts process of like, there's different symbols. I don't know what they mean.
Exactly.
But there's probably some relevancy there. Right. It's one of the things in game design. Like, you never just throw symbols randomly, right? You want to indicate something by them. But obviously, as a player, right, just jumping in right now, you don't know exactly what those mean right now. It's something that you're going to learn over the...
So these are called signifiers, right?
Sure, yeah.
So, and they're signifying something.
About it.
Exactly, you want to be technical about it, right? They're trying to tell me something, and the fun thing is, they're clearly telling me something, but I don't know yet what it is, right? It's like, if it's one thing to be a sign that says caution, blah blah blah, but there's no sign, there's no caution. It's just a sign, and I'll fill in the blank later with what it means.
Right. You'll pick it up pretty quickly, I think, right over the course of a few runs in the game.
Right.
But it's something that at the very first run and the very first time,
because
not going to be able to tell right away.
Yeah, because I did notice there were symbols on all the things I've gone through so far.
Yeah.
And I just didn't really think to stop and look at what they were before I went through back then.
You're gonna pick it up pretty quickly, I think. Yeah.
All right, cool.
But you do have a choice to make right here, so.
All right, I'm gonna go with this thing. Here we go.
All right, why did you choose that?
Because I was under the impression that the arrow was going to mean there's a lot of arrows flying at me and stuff like that. That's kind of how I felt, or that I was going to be expected to or required to use my range attacks or something like that, you know. And I think I'm more comfortable using melee, so I opted. It wasn't so much thinking that was a good choice. It was more like I didn't like the other choice, or what I perceived the other choice to maybe mean. That's how that went in my head. I didn't know what the symbol meant, but I'm growing less confident that it actually is this thing. But we'll see if I'm right.
We'll find out.
Anyway. All right, bunch of these big dudes, and there's these spike traps here.
Yep. Probably should avoid them.
Probably should avoid them. I do wonder if I can trap one of these guys on there and hurt him. It'll be a real trick if I can. Let's see.
Almost.
See, I'm not gonna keep trying. I'm gonna die if I do. So.
Not worth it.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, you pushed them back a little bit, so.
I did. Oh yeah. I wonder if I could push him onto it. Well, he's dead. I see the game subscribes to the popular "your weapon doesn't exist until you swing it" design strategy,
Very
which
classic.
is very happy with that myself.
Yeah, it makes it feel very responsive, right? It's not ultra realistic, but you know, the game is pretty stylized there. So you notice that your last attack does a little bit of a push there, so you can definitely use that.
I did notice that. All right, so look at this. This is there's that symbol, right?
Okay.
And I see maybe it's a symbol that tells you what you're gonna get when you clear the room. That's kind of what I'm thinking now.
Exactly.
So okay, so let's get this thing. A bunch of money. I'm rich. That's cool.
Right.
So that was.
And it's there in the corner, right? So it's not this symbol right there. It's the
it's
symbol
not
down
that
there.
symbol.
At the
That's
bottom,
right.
right.
There you go. Okay. Oh, that's really cool.
Right. So what do you think the other symbol was now?
Excuse me. I think it might have been an upgrade to a range attack or something like that.
Okay, yeah. That's a pretty good supposition.
That's my thought. And so here now I see this thing. I'm going to get some more of those purple things that I don't know what they do. Are there other choices in this room? Doesn't look
Not
like
all
it.
rooms have a choice, yeah.
So I think it doesn't look like there are other choices here. So I guess we'll just move on.
Yeah. I want to hear it from Ben.
Yeah, Ben?
Have any comments so far, Ben, on the...
Well, so what they've done here is, and if we're talking technical design terms, is that this is starting to a game that is equivalent to in film when you do in media res, starting in the middle. And that's a common technique to get you into the action right away. Don't do a slow build, just throw you right in. And it's a little more difficult to do in games because what if you don't know how to play? But this game has done a brilliant job of that. It was able to throw you right in, get you the feel for it, and pretty much anything you do will work. But they don't have to over-explain everything. They don't have to do an elaborate tutorial. And so it's really an excellent example of how you can use the concept of in media res in a game. And as as Victor had pointed out, they're not over-telling you things, right? What exactly does this thing do? What's that currency for? What's the money for? What's the darkness stuff for? I mean, they don't tell you that because you don't need to know that yet. You're collecting things, that's good. Oh, and now you die. I do want to point out, though, notice, like, when that there is no escape came up, that's a perfect example of what they're doing on the UI here. They don't just fade it in. They have this motion on it. They have this little bits where things move as it fades in. It's a subtle touch. It did it right there again, right? But it's brilliant. It's so nice. It's so subtle. It's so good. And they do that all over the place. The UI on this alone is just absolutely brilliant. Yeah. But now you're dead, and so I guess,
game
I'm
over,
sure it
right?
won't happen
That's it,
to you
right?
again.
Yeah.
I'm sure it won't happen to you again. I mean, you'll get good at this. You're not going to die again. I mean, you're in Hades. People don't die here, right?
I mean, I'm surprised I died at all. I mean, I'm a gamer god after all. So, okay, that
It's
was
interesting, right? That was the quote-unquote tutorial, if you could tell, right? But it's not really a tutorial in the classic way. It's literally just a run.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right.
So it's
that's
kind of
that's really cool though. So, yeah, the tutorial being just the first run and just see how well you do. We're not going to tell you anything more than what you'd normally be told anyway, and see how far you can get. So I feel like I did all right. I don't feel like I was a total scrub. I don't feel like I was just a supreme master of the game or anything. I feel like I did all right, and I learned a couple things, and I pieced a couple things together,
And you collected some resources too.
and I collected what I believe was to be some resources I'm going to use later. Actually, let me check something here. So
Yeah.
I want to see. Where's my? Okay. So the
only
UI's
some
gone
of the
over
UI
there.
is
Yeah.
available in this part of the game. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if I still have those. This is interesting to me. We'll see.
Well, try your controls now, right?
Well, yeah. Okay, right. So I don't have a sword anymore. No fighting in the house. Okay, yeah. Right.
go.
So there you go.
Right.
And I can't use my.
So we're in between runs
cast.
right now, basically, right?
Right.
So
I'm
you get to
empty,
see the resources you collected, right?
Right.
But you know, it's a kind of different environment here. They interlace a little bit of gameplay and storytelling, so this is kind of the more storytelling part of it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So I was going to say also that I didn't feel like that death there. Didn't feel. Excuse me. It didn't feel frustrating. It didn't feel cheap, and it didn't feel like I was. I felt like that was proper, and partly, I think, because it happened so early. Like I'm still getting used to what this game is, and so I was very fair and square, beaten up by those monsters.
Right. And you can see it coming, right? You're taking some damage. You got the power up that gets you some health, right? It's okay, so you can fight a little longer. Oh,
Right.
but it took some more damage, and then I die, right? That's how the runs are going to end. But you're going through the same motions that the game expect, right? The game really. The assumption is that you're not going to be able to beat the game in the very, very first run that you're going to do, right?
Welcome to the House of Hades, where...
Let's talk to Hypnos here.
I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad, though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
Right. So the game is just acknowledging what just happened to you, right? There's a lot of
Yeah.
storytelling that happens through these dialogues with different characters.
Oh, this is great though. So I just arrived and I'm seeing it now. This is like the this is the river Styx here, crawling out of the blood here, right? A bunch of these spirit things here. I just talked to Hypnos who's hanging out here, and this is the front desk of Hades. And look at the beautiful art on the wall back there. This is magnificent. Oh my goodness. Wow, I love it. And so there's a chair here. I can
Not as comfy as it looks.
it's great. And so yeah, let's talk to this person. And I love Cerberus here. Okay, I can pet the dog.
Indeed you can.
It won't let me do it.
It's LT.
I'm pressing LT. Okay.
There's a good boy.
Oh, hey.
Has enough troubles of his own.
Oh my gosh, that's so adorable though. Oh my goodness, I love dogs. Okay, that's just great. All right, let's talk to this person. Oh, this is Hades.
I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Oh my God, look at Hades.
The art style is real cool here.
Seriously,
It's very
that's like-
colorful, very bright. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. I would never have thought to
and-
design that character that way.
You might have noticed here, there's a little bit of interplay that's doing the characterization of Hades and your character.
Yeah, I
Could you
think I
tell?
kind of noticed that.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's some link there. That's kind of cool. So
Greetings, father.
yeah, you're right. They're obviously father. Exactly. Okay, there you go. Right.
So I'll just be on my way again.
Prince of the Underworld. Oh, this is great. I love it.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go. See for yourself.
Ooh. Yeah.
I just find it really efficient storytelling here, right? Like, very few words, just like a couple lines of dialogue there, and they establish quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
Just like, you're this
trying
kind of
to reach the
teenager,
surface.
young adult kind of character, and you have your father.
Well,
and, it's
and
like,
not to mention, presumably, my mother is Persephone, who went through a similar trial of her own back when she was a kid. So this is kind of neat, you know.
I mean, you're taking a little bit of Greek mythos knowledge, which I guess the game wants you to piggyback off of.
Perhaps. I always see this as a thing where it's like, if I come into this with any of that background and knowledge, that's like a bonus. I might
Right.
glean a bit more insight here and there. And if the game is designed properly, if the narrative is designed properly, it's not none of that's going to be required, but it'll be like, I'll get some
It
bonus
enhances, right?
enjoyment
You have
out of it.
expectations,
Yeah.
exactly. It
Exactly
creates
right.
that kind of
Yeah.
possibility space in your mind of what could happen.
Exactly, right. Because
We
I'm
have to see a
seeing...
little bit. It does come into play in the story. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but
That's great. I look forward to that. All right, cool. Well, I do hope I get to meet my mom, too, because
Yeah,
that'd be
but I
really
also
neat,
like
so.
this the style here, right? Like, they're dressing it all up as fighting through hell, effectively, right, to get out, and it just kind of frames that as like you're a teenager fighting, rebelling against your, like, screw you, dad, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell me what to do, right? Just kind of
Yeah.
going through that phase and trying to get out of hell. It's really cool.
And
it's like, oh, you fool, little boy, right? You can't get out of hell, right? It's not that easy. Right?
I love it. Well, and of course, so there's that Twitter account that's Can You Pet the Dog? And it talks about different video games whether you can pet the dog or not. And so I haven't seen that on this one. But obviously, I'm assuming that they've mentioned that you can pet the dog in this game, which is really nice.
You can also talk to the dog.
And I can talk to the dog too. Sorry, I didn't try that yet.
Infernal watchdog Cerberus regards the underworld prince with mixed emotions, from purest joy to deepest melancholy.
Aww.
Right. So they use a combination of narrator in some cases and voice acting.
Right.
You know I'd take you if I could.
Aww. That's so cute.
Not everybody knows exactly how to give you pets and live to tell of it, right, boy?
Oh, and I can feel controller rumble too. This is so cute. I love it very much.
Yeah.
I want to throw over to Ben. I want to hear what you have to say about the overall aesthetic of this, the design of the space, this beautiful mural on the wall, and everything we're seeing here. I want to hear some of your thoughts on it.
Well, so one of the things that Supergiant is doing here, which they've done a lot of their games, is they approach this aesthetic from a way of making it hyper real, and so it's interesting because it's what you'd say it's a cartoony style, right? It's not something that is there to be super realistic or look photorealistic, but in fact, because they make it hyper real and pay so much attention to the little bits of animation and to the way they characterize these and the care they put into the costumes and the movements and the dialogue, this stuff feels more real than any realistically rendered game I've ever played. It just gets into your head in a way that great cartooning does. It allows you to fill in the details. And Supergiant's really good at this, and this is their masterpiece in it. I mean, they were good at it in Bastion, but this is a whole nother level. And that aesthetic that they do of using the bright colors, paying so much attention to that mural back there, which if you see that dot there, go grab that dot there, examine
I can examine it.
Okay,
here we go.
Right. See, it tells you about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even the language, right? Whilst it's chthonic residents looking on in awe of him, right? I mean, all of this is just designed to fold together with the dialogue, the
really not that
music,
great.
the visuals, everything, to have this deep feeling to it. But at the same time, it's not like super serious. Oh, we're in hell. All right, all this. I mean, they're Cerebus, and you can pet him, and he likes you.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it is this beautiful blend, and it feels more real, and you'll see it more as you go. It feels more real than almost any realistic game I've ever seen.
I agree with that. Yeah, and I gotta say, I'm so glad that this depiction of hell is not just drab and dreary and oppressive. You know, it's really inviting. It's really nice. I mean, it's not hell. It's the Hades. You know, and so it's a little bit different from a lot of depictions of hell.
It's colorful, lavish.
Yeah. Here's Nyx.
Such setbacks are inevitable and may be overcome with effort and with time. We made contact with the goddess Athena. She shall be true to her word.
All right, glad to hear that. And I mean, the design here on Nyx, of course, as always. Oh, but look at this. See this little my mouse cursor won't show up, but she's got the pendant that's got the thing. So I'll probably be using that resource in connection with her at some point, I'm guessing.
I believe it, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact. I know you took a considerable risk in reaching out.
Okay, this is cool.
The risk is not to me. I expected the Olympians would involve themselves in this eventually. Reveal to them no more than they already know. Are we understood?
That's cool.
Yes, we are.
And then it's these little tag lines of dialogue after the conversation's over that really reminds me of other Supergiant stuff. I think
the Bastion.
Yeah, exactly.
Bastion does that a lot.
Exactly.
How goes it, Shanes?
Cause of death, blood pressure. That's so cool. Oh, can I see that more in other characters? Let me see. Yeah.
They throw it at you sporadically.
Wow, yeah. That's neat, though. I like that. Wake up, come on. That's awesome. Oh, I want to throw a bone to Cerberus here. It won't let me do that. Oh, there's all these characters to talk to.
Good to see you.
It's Achilles, forgotten hero.
Circumstances. Remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
All right.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
So they have a lot of characters for you to talk to, but that's kind of pretty much the only storytelling mode that the game has, right? So for the people who want to just like, I just want the action, I'm here for the game, you can just not talk to the characters and you basically skip 80% of the story. Yeah.
I like that a lot. It's sort of you take on as much of the narrative as you like in the little snippets that you want. It kind of reminds me of the way that Metroid Prime does. It delivers the story just when you feel like scanning things, you get story.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just action.
And it's high quality enough that enough people will probably like. They even included a mode here where you get to the God mode that you can turn on at any point in the game. That makes the game really easy because some people are, you know what? Actually, I like talking to characters more than the gameplay, so they'll like invert it a little bit.
That is very fun.
But it's a really cool blend of it too.
I'll probably end up trying that myself. I don't know if I need to use God mode. I had a really big, important personal character like growth moment a while ago when I was playing a game I couldn't beat, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn on easy mode. And it took me forever to convince myself that it was okay to do that. And but anyway, I'll probably try God mode just to see what that's like,
The House of Hades, that dark and lavishly appointed lair of the Underworld's king, is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
His willful progeny.
You know I can hear you.
It's awesome.
So there's a little bit of a fourth wall kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Narrator,
yeah.
Talk to the character.
It's so great. Yeah. That's locked. I can see. I keep wanting to relax, but it won't let me. If I sit down, I won't want to get back up. I know that feeling. Okay, well, I guess I'll move on. Let's just find what I think I need to do to move on and do it. So this looks inviting.
Okay.
Let's go over here. All right.
I'm back.
Hey, room, I'm back. Oh, this is so cute. I can use the mirror to grow stronger. This is my bedroom.
Yep.
I love it. I love it so much. Look I got these books. I got this writing desk. This is like a chest full of whatever that is. This is awesome. I mean, this is about as messy as my room at home, so that's pretty good. I've got a bear rug. I don't have a bear rug at home. That's for sure. But
probably on some skulls as well.
I do. Well, you don't know. But anyway, this is like Cyclops skull though. That's kind of neat.
There's a Medusa skull there too.
Oh yeah, they're totally. It's got these like bone snakes. All right, let me examine this.
The chambers of Prince Zagreus lie in a perpetual state of utter disarray, despite his lord and master of the house repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it?
I like this humanization moment that they go. Like, you can pet the dog, your room is messy, or it's just really painting you as the rebel teenager.
So I can't sleep. So this is so far it's shown me a bunch of chairs that I can't sit in, but it gives me a prompt to. It gives me a bed asking me if I want to rest. I can't use the bed, even though it gives me a prompt to. And so I'm assuming that in the first cycle of all this I can't do that, but later I'll be able to or something like that. This is what my guess is right now.
Pretty decent guess.
All right, I'll finally go use the mirror here. All right, here we go. Mirror of Night.
Right.
All right. So,
remember the purple stuff?
Yes, I do.
Well,
so I can
this
spend
is where
it.
you get to use it.
Right. Okay. My Shadow Presence, my Chthonic Vitality. So this deal bonus attack and special damage when striking foes from behind, plus 10% per rank. And then the Chthonic Vitality, restore a small amount of your heart when you exit a chamber, plus 1 per rank. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, for the sake of variety, I think I'll do plus
one of each.
One of each, exactly. So there you go. And
that's the main roguelike mechanic in this game, right? So like every time that you go into a run, you collect a little bit of this purple crystal currency here, and then in between runs you get a little bit of an upgrade. It's not major, as you can tell, right? Like the Shadow Presence here does additional backstab damage, right? So the base damage of the game is still relatively the same, as giving a little bit of an incentive.
Yeah.
And every time that you exit now one of those rooms, you get a 1 health back. So it's helping a little bit along the way to barrel into further progress. But it's very baby steps at a time, right? So the whole idea is that obviously you're going to get better at the game as you play, but in addition to that, the game is throwing you a bone and giving you a few more resources and saying, hey, now you're going to get, give it another try. Now you're a little bit stronger, right? So it's giving you over the course of, and you can tell, right? You can theoretically play this game in a way where you're farming for resources, or if you're having a really hard time, eventually you're going to get enough of these that's really going to help you and make a big difference moving forward.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I find very compelling the overall idea of this kid who is trying to, assert his his will, his independence and all this stuff. And he's trying to leave hell, and you try, you fail, you use the Mirror of Night, you reflect, and you improve all these things, and you try it again, and you just keep doing that. I mean, I'm sure that I'm guessing here that the story will culminate in me finally leaving Hades, and it's just after these repeated attempts, and that's a neat. It's a good story. That seems really cool to me.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, right, there's the Mirror of the Night and was associated with Nyx.
Exactly right. Yeah, and so I like that a lot. And now you know, Victor, you and Ben were talking about God mode, and that was. Can you explain again what that is?
Yeah, Ben, go
See,
ahead.
all God mode does is give you 2% damage reduction every time you die.
Okay, and that's on top of all this
It
stuff.
starts you with the first time you turn it on, you get a 20% just right off the bat. But then 2% every time until you're up to 80%. In addition to all this, so all it is taking that one extra thing and saying it's not making you more powerful. It's just you take it either way. Say it's reducing the amount of damage you take, or that effectively, the enemies are doing less damage. It just makes it harder to kill, which is exactly the right thing to do for an easy mode, because it doesn't mean you can kill the enemies faster.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you're more powerful, which would be kind of like but I've got a mechanism for getting more powerful. That's what the mirror's for.
Right.
Instead, it's just saying, look, we know you're not as good at dodging. You take more damage than you should. You're not as good at your reflexes aren't as good. You're old. You're like maybe say over 50, like some people on this broadcast here.
Exactly.
Right. And so I actually I didn't use the God mode for a while, but then I got to a point where I did turn it on, and it's not that I couldn't have, in theory, eventually got through without it, but the pace that I was going through was more enjoyable to me with God mode on.
Yeah.
And so, it's like, no, it's great. I mean, if I was there really just for the challenge, I wouldn't have done it. But no, I like the pace with God mode on, and it's a nice subtle one. And if you do really well, you don't get as much of the damage reduction because you're not dying as often. But if you're dying all the damn time because you're terrible at it, you'll get up to that 80%, and you'll be like, okay, I can take these guys now.
I'm going to peek at what the other things are that I couldn't get before. So Death Defiance costs 30 right now, and it would be restore 50% instead of dying when your life total is depleted at one time per rank. So I can get more ranks of this. I effectively get these lives, so to speak. That's kind of.
But as you notice, also the cost goes up every time.
Cost goes up every time you use it. Exactly. Yeah. So that gets more and more expensive to get that. So if I feel particularly, cocky, I might think I never even have to get this once. I'll spend all my night crystals on other stuff.
In fact, this game has a lot of. You might not have noticed, but you already came across a few different ways where you can turn up the difficulty quite a bit more in this game that's self-selected. They have lots of stuff for people who are really into the challenge and want to give themselves a really hardcore time, basically.
Yeah, that's neat. I like that a lot. And then down here we have my phone's ringing. Yeah, right. Someone from Idaho. I don't even know anyone in Idaho. Forget that. All right. Anyway, we got greater reflex here. Is perform +1 additional dash in quick succession. That's kind of cool. And so now, this, I'm wondering, is if that's basically a checkbox, like if either I have it or I don't, because it doesn't say anything about additional ranks, and the little diamond-shaped symbol I'm taking to mean it's empty, and if I take this, it'll be filled, and that'll be it. I've got it, or I don't have it. So this is what I'm thinking. And then this next thing in here, unlock talents. Reveal 2 new talents hidden inside the Mirror of Night, or
and
hidden inside you. So yeah, and it costs 5 keys, and I don't even think I have 1 key yet.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. So that's it for the Mirror of Night. So this feels good. I feel like I've done all right there. Gotten a little bit stronger.
Yep.
I can dive back in, and
not hugely though, right? Just
not hugely, just a little bit. Exactly. And so yeah, let's just go over here. Let's see where this takes me. Okay. Oh, bunch more stuff here. Yeah, okay, let's see. This looks like some kind of a... Oh, it's keepsakes. Okay. Give someone whatever that is to earn this keepsake. Okay.
so it looks like all this stuff is locked for now.
Yeah, it's all locked up. All right, well, I'll learn more about that later, I suppose. All right, here we go. Here's some kind of a weapon.
More keys.
More keys. Okay, but this I already have this weapon, so that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's different weapons. That's cool. All right, and then
And each of those also cost keys. Which
so I have to choose between that or the talents. And then here's a bow. Oh, this looks really cool. Okay. And then there's not even a thing here yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. So this way to... Ooh. That's neat looking.
I can do this. First get past the wretched shades of Tartarus. Easier
A little
said than done.
cinematic moment of
Yeah.
kind of a
Probably
vista,
running into Meg.
and tells you how
Yeah.
furthest chamber you reached.
Just
here. It's
beyond.
really cool.
That's cool.
Find a way up to Elysium from there, and after that... Alright. Let's give it another shot.
This is the
Little-
closest you get to a map in this game, which is not really a map, right? It's just there for
Yeah.
flavor purposes.
But this is okay. So this is the overall. I mean, look, I want to try to digest this. So we got What is okay? So you help me out here, Victor. This
Right, sure.
you said this is like a map.
It's not really. A
It's
map,
not really,
right?
but-
It's just
but
giving you a
it's-
vista flavor
it's
of
the-
what the first level of hell looks like.
Okay, so this is depicting the first level.
Right.
Okay, I see. Okay, that's great. So I'm gonna head back over here, and I'm gonna go this way
Yeah.
through this door. I'm gonna escape.
Escape.
All right, that sounds great. That's my intention is to escape. So I better go try that. And now I'm
Here you
playing
are.
the game again.
Just a new run,
There's no run.
and you've seen like pretty much all the major portions of the game. You go between runs, and then you go back to the lobby, and there's more mechanics. of
That's
course.
super cool.
Is this really him? Okay. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
All right.
Greetings there, young
Hey,
man.
it's Zeus.
Look, your father's always been rather difficult, and he's not so much as called in quite some time. You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus. And to help you on your journey, have my blessing.
Okay, this is good. Yes. So I get to choose a boon when it starts. So I chose a boon from Athena the last time, and now I'm choosing a boon from Zeus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So I'm wondering if
Right. So
how it's
different
going to
gods
go.
have different boons, and they
Yeah.
all have a different flavor how they modify their.
But see, I still don't know whether I have my boon. I'm guessing I don't still have my boons from the previous run, but we'll see. So
Try it out.
all right, lightning strike. My attack emits chain lightning. Oh yes, that sounds cool. Let's see, electric shot. Your cast is a burst chain lightning that boosts. Well, that sounds even cooler. I gotta say, thunder dash. That sounds cool, but I'm not. Actually, I think I want to go for the electric shot.
Okay.
I have to remember to use it. Just gotta remember to use this. But here goes. Okay, that sounds great.
Uncle Zeus lending
Lord
So here on
Uncle
the left,
Zeus.
you can see your
Yeah, I can. That's right.
boons, yeah.
day or night.
Oh, there's an enemy there.
Oh, there is already.
Try it
Okay.
out.
All right, here goes. Well, it's a chain lightning though. There's no other enemies to chain to, so I suppose
It
I
did deal a little bit more damage. Usually
true.
it deals 50, and then it
I
dealt
did
60. here.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, cool. That was neat. Let's just move on.
That was the first chamber, right? They always throw at you one enemy here, just so you can test the ability you just
Right.
got.
And then a key, right?
There you go.
Okay. So let's see if I can get this key. I'll need a few of them to get anything cool, but ooh, wishes, huh?
It's pretty embarrassing to die in the second chamber.
It would be
Yeah.
very embarrassing. But all right. So I want to do the chain lightning, right? I guess I probably might not be able to do it right now, but
They have to be somewhat
we're
close.
kind of near each other. I'm thinking, but it's not worth trying to kite them into doing it. I'll just go ahead and. I'll just go
You'll
ahead and
find
attack.
out opportunity.
Oh, but
There you
hey,
go.
look at that! I was wrong. That was cool. That was really cool. Wait. Oh, I see. That witch has it. Oh, I got hurt. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. I got a backstab in there. All right. All right.
I remember backstabs deal more damage.
Exactly. I remember that. And it reminded me of that. Like it said backstab.
Right.
That's kind of nice of them to do that.
Nice.
Ow.
Ow.
Shoot. Shouldn't get hurt like that. All right. All right. Cool.
Cool.
Chthonic.
There's your
Front
key.
key. All right.
This can unlock something back home.
Dang, you're right. It can.
Give you the reminders.
All right. So, you know
The
what?
choices again.
Yeah. So I don't think I had any. I didn't have any way to spend this resource, because there was nothing in
Right.
Hades proper.
And
where-
it did lose the resource
and
between
I lost
runs,
it.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's probably a thing that might be some shops I can find in a run, and that's kind of cool.
good
I like that a
supposition.
lot.
What
And
about that?
I don't even know what that is. Doesn't look like anything I can see on the screen, so it must just be some new thing. I'm curious about it. Let's go find out. It said +1 when I opened. Oh, because I gained 1 life
Gain
because
one
I got
life,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
every
Okay,
time you clear
that is right. Okay, cool.
And there's really not much healing.
father Zeus have not communicated in some time, and Zeus refuses to explain. Something transpired between the two of them. Perhaps you know better than I.
Divine protection. Where now? Heads up.
And then we got crushed because the dart
Shot
shot the
pillar
thing.
and
That
then-
was neat. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, there's
fun.
lots of opportunities for using environmental stuff.
Okay. Oh, here they come.
More enemies?
More foes. Ooh. All right, cool.
Nice.
That was great.
Yep.
That was so great. Okay, here we go. Getting another key.
Key to a weapon.
All right. So there's the pomegranate, or the must be Poseidon, a boon from Poseidon. That's what I'm thinking.
All right.
Well, I gotta go for that. That sounds
Okay.
great. I mean, a pomegranate. Who doesn't like pomegranate? But I really want to check this out. So
Nice.
that felt good.
Going from Zeus is really paying off, huh?
It really is. Yeah. It's almost like he's the leader of all the gods. You know.
Skullomats.
Skullomats. Sounds dramatic. Brum.
They're armored.
Oof.
Did you notice anything different
No.
with the enemy?
With the enemies, you said?
Yeah.
Crashing waves.
Okay, so the guys, he said they're armored.
Right.
I didn't notice armor.
Okay.
But I give up. What?
We'll just keep playing it. Maybe
Okay,
we'll
all
notice it later.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's kind of going to be a recurring theme here.
All right, here we go. So, here we go.
Number 2.
Uncle number 2.
Then, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Ahoy there, little Hades.
Oh, Poseidon looks neat.
Recognize your uncle, do you not? We've a lot of catching up to do, but first things first. You get yourself out of that dour underworld. As for me, I'll see if I can stir things up a bit to cover your advance.
You and your puns.
And all the gods are really invested in getting out.
I guess so. That's kind of neat. I like that. It's very, and also I'm used to Poseidon being a real a-hole, and he's just, when you read stuff like the Odyssey and stuff like that. So it's nice that he's being nice to me for once. So, all right. Okay, cool. I like his design too. The big, long, narrow beard. Kind of like Jeremy Holcomb. Anyway, all right. So let's go with, all right. Tempest Strike. Attack deals more damage and knocks foes away. That sounds kind of nice by itself. Dash damages in an area, knocks them away. Also is cool. Hydraulic Might. That sounds awesome. Your attack and special are stronger the first 10 seconds in encounters. Oh, that's kind of neat.
And it's a pretty sweet bonus, 50%.
And it's a big bonus. Yeah, so if you get out there,
Right.
I wonder if an encounter is a room or if it's like, because sometimes enemies spawn after a wave, right? So I wonder what it calls an encounter.
Good question.
Yeah.
Or
That's interesting. Well, okay, so this sounds great, and I guess that has the knockback, which is pretty nice. So I
and
want
deals
the,
extra damage too.
and it just looks like I got to go with it. I mean, I want to know more about the Hydraulic Might, but I got to go with this.
Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, the hydraulic might is really kind of incentivizing people from just being super aggro, going out there and just like clearing the runes as fast as they can. Right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of a bonus there.
No way to patch up. Got to keep going.
No way to patch up. Yeah, that's right. I should have. That's the second time I've seen that. I should have understood what it meant the first time. So, press this. No, not that. What is this?
That's the back button.
Oh, okay, the back button.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's the one next to start.
this one.
Yep.
It doesn't not even the same button.
Right. It's.
Oh, well.
I guess they were using the
Xbox
icon that
360
used to be
or-
a X 360.
Yeah, that's funny. All right. Okay, so
Just show you the same information.
it just showed me the stuff I
on
got before.
the
Yeah,
first
okay,
time.
cool. All right. Let's move on here. I can get more of those night crystals. That sounds good to me. I'm calling them that. I don't know if the game called them that, but all right. Here we go.
Nice.
Take that. Heck yeah. That was very satisfying.
Right, so the game doesn't particularly care how fast you clear through the room, right? It just really wants you to make sure that you're not losing that much health, right? That's really incentivizing for that. But as far as the game is concerned, you can take however long you want for each of these rooms, which is kind of cool.
It is cool. All right. Oh. Wait, where'd my thing go? See, I don't even know where it is now. This is bad. Ah! Oh, shoot. I'm really kind of getting... There it is. Okay.
There you go.
Let's get a little bit careless there. Hey, die.
I like the music. It's really subtle, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, there's those crystals.
Mine.
Mine. So dramatic. All right. Oh, there's the pomegranate. Okay, and that's the only way.
Some
out of
rooms
here.
just have one door. Yeah,
Hey.
so.
I'm just checking. All right, cool. Let's go. Okay, that looks different. He's got an outline around him. Is that what you were
Okay.
talking about before?
That was the
Ow.
armor.
Okay. Ooh, that knockback is
Right.
great.
So the armored enemies have twice as much health, right? So they have the yellow health, and then it comes red. And while they're armored, they can't. They're not staggered, right? So like,
Yeah, I
some of the enemies, if you just wail on them, they won't attack you back.
Right.
But if they're armored, that,
Oh yeah, yeah. See, he's got. Yeah,
so
I
you
noticed
really
that.
gotta respect
Really
the
noticed
armor,
that,
guys.
yeah. Well, I am in bad shape now. That's for sure.
Literally one health.
Yep. So if I designed this game, I would have there be some ability I get later on that activates when you have like 1 health or very little health or something like that. I'm expecting. I expect that to be the case.
Yep. There are some abilities that do that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. There you go.
Whew,
Got through
one
that.
health.
All right, and I'm gonna gain a palm of power.
When are you gonna power up?
All right, so here we go. Tempest strike, divine flourish, electric shot. I'm trying to remember here if I what I saw. Excuse me, in the in my choices. The first one of these I got before.
Right, so it basically picks whatever boons you have at the moment, and then it lets you upgrade.
Oh, it's
one of
upgrading
those,
them. That's what it was. That's right. That's
Right.
right. That's right.
So last time in a previous run you had different boons, so of course that was a different set of
This is
choices.
cool. Okay, so I can upgrade the damage. I'm guessing the knockback hasn't changed. Here I can upgrade the damage, and here it's all this damage.
Electric shot, you use a lunch, yeah.
I do use it a lot, so I think I'll go with that. That sounds great. Cool. Okay. Nice. Very good.
Just gonna watch out for your health.
Yeah. Hopefully I can
Get
use
one
this
back
at least
here.
once before I die. Oh, this place looks really.
Different.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Survive for 45 seconds?
Surrounded.
I can do
It's
that.
a special
Easy.
kind of room.
Easy. Well, I guess I didn't survive for
Time is up.
even
I
5
think that's a
seconds.
special prompt that you get if you die in this particular type of challenge. You see Hades kind of taunting you a little bit.
That's neat.
So now you're back,
Now I'm back. You know, that's okay. This is good.
right? That's kind of the cadence of the game. You go try to run, you know, get however far, collect some of the goodies, come back, do
Yeah.
a little more story, and then try another run.
Well, that's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it's-
really
it-
like
I mean,
that.
it's simple design, but it's really effective. I think.
No, yeah, I could dive into this for a really long time.
Right.
I could play this a lot.
Right, and also, again, if you don't care for the story, you can just kind of do the minimal stuff here, and the overone just dive right in.
Yeah, but the story
If you really
rules.
like the story,
Yeah.
then you can kind of do the opposite there too.
That's really great.
Turn on the God mode and just play the run as far as you can and come back.
That's really cool. That's fun. I've always been.
The game does have a little bit of gatekeeping. Like you have to progress so far into the runs before you start seeing new stuff in the story. So,
Yeah, I was expecting that.
yeah.
Like, I mean, because I guess if I were to guess how the story progresses, it would be something like that because because it's I'm trying to escape, right? And so the closer I get toward escape, the further the story will go along.
Right, you're gonna meet more characters. They're gonna come back. They're gonna recognize the fact that you're getting close, right? And stuff like that.
Oh, and so now there's someone over here. This is
That's
interesting. I can renovate. Wait. Okay, sure. Oh, how cute.
My good shade.
Okay. Grand opening deal. Free of charge. I get, a fountain chamber. Added chamber. Restore some heart amid the gloom. Ooh, okay. And so, no, this is interesting to me. So, let me see if I can grasp what is going on here. So, this is adding stuff to Tartarus. That's really cool. And so it's going to add a chamber, but I don't know where, I think. Add a chamber, an otherwise inaccessible location to be found in the ever-shifting underworld.
Right.
Just as a quick UI aside, I really like that. Like all the relevant information.
Yeah.
They
I
put a
love
little
them
tip
too,
on the
right?
side
And the
there.
boons, they're very useful,
Exactly,
right? Very good contextual stuff.
Okay, cool.
Right, so this menu here is new, right? You haven't seen it before. They unlocked it, and I believe it's pretty much set to when you die the second time it becomes available.
Makes sense.
And here they're just giving you a taste of what it is. Even if this one is free, right? You don't have the resource for that, but they give you the first one for free. And in this case, it seemed to be a little bit confused about what it does. I would agree, it's probably not as clear. If you were to play the game a bit more, you'd probably be able to figure out what it is. But basically what it's doing is there's going to be a chance, effectively, in runs while
having
in
a
Tartarus,
fountain
that
chamber.
you'll find a room that basically just gives you some health back, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what I thought.
Again, it's like the upgrade as well, where you get just another thing that's going to give you a
But it's
slight
upgrading the
edge
dungeon.
and exactly.
Yeah,
It's
that's
upgrading
really
the
cool.
dungeon, yeah.
I like that a lot. That's actually that's very exciting. So, okay, so then there's the Great Hall, which is I'm assuming that. Okay, so we got our work orders.
Yep.
And then there's Great Hall. And then West Hall, seating, luxurious house decor. So this seems like this is all just areas, spots in the place I'm in right now. I'm gonna maybe improve it or make it look nicer.
Yep.
But I'm gonna
There's
spend the
cosmetic
same.
stuff
I'm gonna
here
spend the
now.
same resources on this stuff as I'm spending on this stuff.
Yep.
Which seems interesting to me.
Yeah,
So,
it's a pretty interesting choice.
all right. This isn't even available yet. Bed chambers. I can get a scrying pool. That's kind of neat. Cosmetic items. Yeah, right over there. It says it right there. Cosmetic items. A stately rug. Court music. Oh, this is so nice, though. All right, well, let's go ahead and grab that fountain chamber.
It's free.
It's free.
Authorized.
Can't beat that price.
In the depths of Tartarus sounds like an excellent idea.
Doesn't it ever? Yes, I agree with you. All right, cool. Oh, and now there's more
Yeah, a few
options
more choices,
available.
yeah.
So
Every
I've
time
got
you unlock.
that's cool. Lesser urns of wealth. Chambers may contain urns with 5 coins. All right. Charon's obol. That's neat. For purchasing items during escape attempts, all of it is lost on death. There you go.
So now you know what it is.
Exactly. Yeah, that's great. All right, well, that's cool. I'll go ahead and exit that for now. I want to see what Hades has to say.
Who's that sniveling shade to your immediate left there, Father? Already found someone new to do the busy work. And here I thought I was utterly indispensable.
That shade boy is my newly designated contractor. One whose responsibility is to work on this house. Though who shall pay for everything my subjects here demand, I do not know.
You're trying to guilt me into funding the exorbitant furnishings you desire.
Perhaps once we are finished with repairs for all the carnage you have sown throughout my realm, then we might finally have time for all the needed renovations that have piled up.
Nice.
Nice guilt trip, Dad. Better pet the dog to let off some steam.
You like it when I pet your other heads, huh? No.
Ah, good boy. I like that. That's I've played a few games where they have dogs that you should be able to pet and you can't pet them. Looking at you, Breath of the Wild. So it's just a real disappointment when that happens.
Oh, one of those wretched louds just killed you dead that time. Those mean old slappy guys. Maybe try killing them beforehand. I don't know.
It's a good tip, I gotta say. It really is. I didn't think of that, actually. And then here's Achilles again.
Keep at it, lad. I've known great men throughout my life, and I can always tell when someone's better than their circumstances. Fight like I'd fight out there.
You got it, Achilles. Yeah, that's a good pep talk.
You once did, Achilles. Though doubtless many of the shades who stand against me first arrived in Tartarus because of you.
I like that. Oh, there's different... Is stuff here different? I don't even know what this is, though. That's kind of interesting. I think it looks like it's different than it was before, but I don't quite remember. And this is locked. I don't even know what this whole wing is over here. I guess I'll learn more about that later. And this is locked too.
There's some progression in the lobby as well.
Yeah. I mean, I was assuming that, like, there's... So, okay, I should examine that in a second. If I go through here, then I get to that escape door I took out that way. But I'm assuming that there are going to be other ways out to dungeon areas. That's kind of my guess right now, out this way or whatever. So
What once was a small lounging area within the House of Hades now is sealed off, in utter shambles, since the multi-headed Cerberus tore the space apart. Mourning the missing prince.
Remember, it's all your fault.
it's all my fault.
Cerberus destroyed the lounge again.
Again.
He says it with so much... Hades says it with so much just drama and, like, gravitas, you know? And it's not that big of a
That's
deal,
the
I guess.
narrator, right?
Yeah. Or the narrator. I mean, the narrator was not... I guess the narrator, yeah, because... Hang on a second here. I won't let me talk to Hades again. I believe... I was under the impression for a moment that the narrator was Hades. The volume is very low, viewer. That volume of the game here, so I couldn't quite tell.
I think they're different characters, yeah.
They're
The
different
narrator is just the omniscient narrator, really.
So okay, that's
Hades
cool.
is the character you get to talk to.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That the narrator is just this character who can...
Darkness guide you,
Say stuff.
child.
The game really incentivizes you to talk to everybody.
Of that I
Yeah.
am now certain. Should you return again here, I shall keep you safe.
Thanks, Nix.
I won't forget you, Nix, I swear it.
All right, let's go over here. I have 10 of those crystals. I don't think I have enough to spend on anything. Let me see. Because, yeah.
Just accumulate them for next
I'll
time.
keep them for next time. That's fine. But I do have... also, it still won't let me rest. I'm really curious about what that's all about. All right.
Let's just say that beds are used for things other than sleeping.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You got 2 keys now.
I can now unlock this thing if I want to.
Yeah.
I'm really curious, so I'll go ahead and do that.
There we go.
All right, the Karnak, the Heart Seeker.
Let's deal some
Ooh.
death.
Okay. Oh, wow, this is fun. Oh, I can try it out right now. So I can hold X to fire, hold Y to volley fire.
Yep.
Release it while flashing to power shot. Ooh. Huh? Oops.
That's one of my favorite characters in the game.
So I just tap it. Isn't... Oh, that's cool.
Right, that's your special.
And then press it while dashing to dash strike.
That's the stuff.
It's funny.
Nice place you got here, boyo. Name's Skelly, how's it going? But enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
That's great.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
If you insist.
So I have to hold the button long enough to.
Right.
That's interesting.
And there's a max damage, right? When you flash, that's when you
Right.
max there.
But I want to be able to just tap. So
Yeah, you can't quite just tap. You have to hold it for at least a little bit.
okay, well, it's a thing.
There's of course power-ups that change though.
Yeah, sure. And I can just swap back to my sword whenever
Yep.
I want.
Get to pick one of the weapons.
Stygius, blade of the underworld.
Stygius.
I need your strength.
This ought to be good.
All right, cool. All right, fun, cool. So let's peek over here one more time.
I won't back down. Not now or ever.
This is cool.
Yep.
Farthest chamber reach till 9. Well,
You gonna go with the bow?
yeah, gotta
All
try it out.
No turning back.
There goes. One more run, and that'll probably be enough for the day. We'll see.
Looks like a data list.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Enchantment's
Fun.
a weapon.
Okay. Your special pierces foes and deals 400% damage to armor. Nice. Glad to
It's
hear
really
that.
useful having one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Triple shot attack fires 3 shots in a spread pattern. Very cool. Twin shot attack fires 2 shots side by side but has reduced range. Oh, that's kind of neat. So it's a little. Yeah, I like that. Huh. See, this is one of those things where it's situational. You know, it's really only going to benefit me in certain places. But in those situations, I really, really want it. You know.
Yep.
And it's so hard for me to take that. So, it's like having a, destroy target artifact card when you don't know if the opponent has an artifact. So, I guess I'll. The armor was a big deal last time I was trying to deal with it. So.
It is. We get to see more enemies with armor the deeper you go into the run. So if your run ends really early, I guess, you kind of wasted it.
Yeah, if I'm a scrub, then I don't worry about armor.
Exactly. Where you want to anticipate that you're gonna get far, right? So you want to have that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
where eventually you start getting to the point where you select things that are good against bosses.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
nothing else matters.
I mean, I haven't even seen a boss yet. Exactly. So, all right. I guess I will go with this one because I think I'm gonna want that. Let's
I
see.
think for bows especially.
What's that? What's that?
Things are a good choice.
Yeah. Let's see if because I was hoping they'd give me an armored foe here, but that's all right. Oops. Didn't even hit him.
Do you notice also you can shoot their projectiles and they actually destroy the projectile?
I didn't notice that, but that's really cool.
Composed of such innumerable, ever-shifting, interlocking chambers, the underworld of Lord Hades all but guarantees the dead shall there remain until the end of time.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm not dead.
I always like when roguelikes have some kind of narrative justification for why they've
Why you're
got
doing all
procedural
these runs
generation.
and the call it, yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait, did I just...
You can dash through it.
Oh my goodness. What happens if I do... Hang on. Can I... So, you can't... It won't let you...
You have to be able to
I like
end
that
over half the
very
mark.
much. Ow. Okay.
There's one thing that I would probably say they could have probably done a little bit better is that the enemies, whenever they attack you, they flash white, but also whenever you hit them, they flash white. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it's important in signifier, but using the same signifier for both, it sometimes can be confusing if there's a lot of going on in the.
Yeah. Oh, what is this even? That's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's got to be a new... Oh, it's got to be Ares. That's a sword, right? That's got to be Ares, I think. I'm going to go see if I'm right about that.
Okay.
Here goes.
Give it a try.
All right. Oh, whoa. Unless I'm using it wrong, this weapon is so much slower paced than the
It's
sword.
slower. It kind of prompts you to go a little bit more cautious, right?
Yeah. All right.
This one was bound to show up, I guess. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
There you go.
There you go.
Spirit
Oh, yeah.
here, I have to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this stud. Jeez. This is great. This character designs are just so cool.
Yep.
All right. All right. Here we go. Curse of Agony. Your attack inflicts doom, which causes, see, after a brief moment, the victim takes a burst of damage. It's kind of cool. All right. Oh, and this is. Oh, wait. Look at this. It's rare.
Anything different? Yeah.
This is epic.
Right.
Okay.
There's
Interesting.
rarities for the boons you can get. So occasionally you can get rare boons which are stronger than non-rare.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. So then here, slicing shot. Your cast sends a blade rift hurtling ahead.
Mhm.
I forgot I even have that. That I should be using it. That's
Cast, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing to use. Okay, so a blade rift, a slashing metal vortex that rapidly deals damage in an area. I mean, that sounds all right.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So it's epic. I'm going to go on a limb here and assume that it's a good thing to take because of its rarity.
The game is kind of incentivizing you to go for it, right? It's kind of saying,
So-
hey, this is probably the better one.
So I'm going to go ahead and take it.
The will to fight.
Try it out.
And I'll try it out, yeah. Oh my gosh. That looks very effective.
Yep.
It's a really long, like a slow burn time, so to speak. You know, it stays on the screen for a long time. That sounds, I think I'm going to have fun with that. All right, well, I got to get more keys, so we're going to go this way. And, all right, let's see. All right. Okay, let's see here. It's close. Oh, wow, yeah, that was great.
That was really
That was really good. All right.
That was very good.
Pretty quick.
No damage.
This can unlock a weapon back at home.
All right, cool. We'll grab that. I like this the way the game works where my range attack is this very easily retrievable resource that it just means that I got to use it carefully, but I can always get it
Got to
back.
plan it ahead, right?
Gotta plan it ahead. I can't rapid fire it, you know. Oh, this is like a gallery of people watching me. This is really cool. These shades hanging out there in that room there. Oh, how neat. This is so cool. All right, well, the next room is going to get me a heart.
Yep. It's going to be useful.
If I can complete it. I think...
That's new.
That is new. I think I noticed something.
What?
When the door closed, there was a brief flash of the symbol you see on the coin. And I don't know if I was just seeing things or what, but I'm curious about this. So, whoa, hey. That might just be something that always appears as just a stylistic. Oh, yeah, you're right. Take this. Ow. Turn. See, it's so hard for me to get a shot out quickly. Oh, dude, that was stupid. I just walked right into that.
You can dash through the traps, but you can't stand on
Yeah.
them.
A centaur heart. Oops, let me do that. Go. Feeling stronger. Heck yeah. All right. What?
You remember what that?
No. I don't. But hold on. Wait. Over here, another key. So I think I want keys. This was...
You've seen that icon before.
I know I have, yeah. I don't remember what it is. So I'm going to do it.
It's the... You want me to tell it?
Well, let's find it.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, they're armored enemies.
Yeah. Did you notice something different in the door as well?
No.
Can you tell that there's a...
You'll catch on in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. This door right here, you mean, or what?
Go
Before
ahead.
you went through.
Try to beat it.
Before I went through it? All right. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. All right. Dude, come off it.
That was for last time.
Oh, ow.
Nice.
Does this one seem harder than normal?
Yes, it did. It definitely did seem harder than normal. There were a lot of foes. There's
So
a lot of armor.
on the door,
Yeah.
there was a little bit of an additional icon.
There's a
So
skull.
kind
There
of
was a
double
skull.
Icon. Yeah, the skull.
I did notice that. It was on both of them, and I couldn't remember if I'd always seen them or if I didn't.
That
That's-
basically says that the next door is going to be a harder challenge.
Yeah, okay.
And the enemies that you saw, when they have the armor, they also have the same icon next to them. right?
Oh,
So they're,
okay.
Like,
That's cool.
harder, yeah,
That's cool.
like a mini boss kind of deal.
All right. So gemstone. Gain 10 of those things. Oh, that's what I used to. I see. That's the resource I used to spend on the contractor.
Yep.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, I wish I had
So you
some.
have a heart and another thing.
Well, what is that even? I don't know.
What do you think it is?
What do I think? Well, it looks kind of like a potion. Or no, it doesn't. It looks like a. No, it's not a potion. It's like a bag. It's got a skull on it.
Well, you know what the other door is.
I know what the other door is. So I don't know what this is. So I'm gonna do this. Oh,
Near the river.
interesting.
So the music is different already, right?
Sure
so you can tell
is.
this is kind of different.
Oh, hey, it's a shop.
There you go.
This is great. What's up? That's Charon. Oh, wow. You're not looking too hot.
Why, good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and hey, what's that you got? Some sort of wares for sale? And I'll just have a look around.
Doesn't talk very much.
No. All right, well, I only have 57, so I can't afford the thing I really want, but that's okay, because I actually
Buy a
probably...
key, yeah.
I'm probably even better off getting a key anyway, because I can't keep the boon, but I can keep the key.
Cheers, mate.
So...
Right, but the key doesn't help you in the run, whereas the boon does, right?
Right, but yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of what I'm trying to focus on, this run or the next run. So, oh, this is great though. Look at this beautiful. There's lots of stuff going on here. There's the boat. There's all the hands reaching out of the river. Yeah.
There's a little icon again.
What? This one here? Yeah. It's gonna, then it's got the skulls. That's gonna be tough.
The infernal wares of the Stygian boatman Charon lie sprawled about, available for sale to whomever would be willing to quench the boatman's great thirst for riches.
That would be me.
Of course, Karen is the guy who you have to pay the toll for when you're dead. You got to put the coins in the
That's
eyes.
right. That's right. That's right.
He's obviously the merchant.
That makes sense. I like that a lot. This looks like a pathway.
Yeah, it looks like a passage, but
It ain't. I guess it's probably maybe it is sometimes. Maybe that's one possible option for a passage in a room that looks like this. I don't know. All right, let's proceed. I think I've finished this space. Oh wow. Oh indeed. Oh jeez. Oh okay. Okay. I see.
Oh, lots of
So, and I did notice the skull on this door. So this is going to
Right.
be a tricky trick. Where's my
it exploded.
Where's my thing? Where's my cast? Who has it? I can't tell.
There it
That
is.
guy does. No, he doesn't. Wait, does he? Oh, there it is. Great music.
Right.
What? That didn't do anything.
That'd be your special.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if it was the
The additional damage to armor.
if it was the special that did that or the ordinary attack.
I think both.
Whoa.
That's close.
Uh-oh.
That's also a
Yeah. I'm dead.
Ah.
Darn it. I was
You
doing
did
really well.
really good against those guys for the first try.
Yeah,
Even
that
those guys
felt...
just nuke you on the first try.
12 damage each.
That's a rude thing to do. That's a really rude thing to do. You should... I'm trying to do a show here. That's... This guy, the Ryan out there is wearing the Pennywise mask and with the glowing eyes. You don't know what... You can't even tell what I'm talking about. You think I'm crazy. But I'm not. Okay, Victor can corroborate. You're right, Victor? Ashley's laughing. She's not saying anything on the stream, but she's laughing. She won't stop. It was definitely a weird thing to see, and I wasn't really sure what was going on for a second there. But anyway. All right. Well, that was...
All the time we got for today?
Well, not quite. We got time for me to wrap up the, to stroll around through the... First of all, what is this place called here? This is Hades. But the whole thing is Hades. So this is...
Yeah, the whole thing is Hades. There's
Right.
Tartarus,
It's just called a
there's...
lobby.
Where am I now?
There's
What is this?
Elysium, there's
I think
various
it's just
other
called a
parts.
lobby.
This is the lobby. Okay, cool. So I'm going to stroll around the lobby, see what's new, see if I can spend my resources on anything. And then we'll just have a little chat, maybe a post-mortem on my session here,
Sure.
and then we'll wrap it up. So let's see. I'm going to glare at Ryan for a second there. Anyway, all right, so...
Suffer such indignity from my own kin.
Oh, come on, save it. Jeez.
Father, what happened to the lounge? The only place for anyone to have a little fun around here, and you seal it shut.
Oh, I had little choice about that boy. You see, after you fled the first time, Cerberus, why, he was very much upset. Utterly tore the place to shreds. It's now under repair. All thanks to you.
You're really blaming me for not minding the dog while I was out and while you all were here.
I lay the blame entirely upon you, yes. Who else? It's fortunate that Cerberus has calmed himself since then. Come to his senses, I should say. May you yet come to yours.
Wow. What a jerk.
Pretty harsh.
Seriously. All right, let's do some renovations here. I have 10 of these things, so I can get chambers may contain an infernal trove. So for the sake of the stream here, normally I would just dive right into the practical stuff first and then go for the cosmetic stuff later. But I want to see if I can get something, add something to the area, I'm in the lobby while I'm here. So purple floor, red floor. There's enough red everywhere. All right, I don't think we need that. Purple, we'll see about that in a minute here. Let's see. I can't afford that. I can't do that yet. I can get a scrying pool for my bedroom. Now that sounds really nice. Let's get that.
I think we'll go with this.
All right.
Should make a nice enough addition to my chambers.
Okay,
What
nice.
are you doing to this house?
Jeez, save it, Dad. Come on.
Something more affordable next time.
All right, so, and there, by the way, is that UI element I was talking about before. The diamond-shaped thing is now filled. So I think I'm right about that thing I mentioned before. But anyway, all right, cool. That was fun. Let's go talk to. Oh, that. What's their name? Is not there right now.
Yeah, there was actually a voice line based on it.
Oh,
So some characters go in and out of the lobby, so you don't get every character every time, basically.
that's cool. I like that.
So it makes...
It's actually a really good trick to make it feel, instead of animating them and having them move around, just sometimes they're not there. They're doing other things, and it makes it feel a lot more alive.
And they don't have to spend the resources on making the character
Right.
able to move and all that stuff.
They are so freaking clever about how they did the art in this.
Yeah, that's really good.
And they always have the same characters pop up in the same spot, so you always
Right.
go, oh,
So
I want to talk to Achilles.
If
He's
there's
always
someone
gonna be
there, it's always Achilles. If there's someone, yeah, that makes sense. So,
I only wish you could have seen it, lad. The place looked like a vineyard after a typhoon. Your lord father was livid, but he never gets so angry with the dog. Poor Dusa, though,
Oh.
she's picking the place up.
oh,
Who's
Dusa.
Dusa? Medusa.
must be Medusa, but
Yes,
it's
great.
that is really cute. Yeah. So he mentioned.
No.
Hang on.
I wonder what became of Medusa. She's always worried Father's going to fire her, even without something like this.
He mentioned Meg earlier, and I was trying to think of who Meg might have been, and I couldn't quite think of it. Okay, but see,
one of the Furies. It's more obscure.
Okay, yeah, a little bit more obscure, a little bit beyond me, but that's really cool. Okay, and then hey, here's
you
a
get to
thing.
see all the characters mentioned so far.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
What's the good word?
Cause of death feasting.
Well, if you gotta go,
I mean, seriously. All right, let's keep going here. I'm gonna talk to the dog.
Up, boy. Eating well lately? All 3 mouths full and happy?
Each terrifying maw of the infernal watchdog Cerberus responds affirmatively, one after the next.
So I mean, I can't even count how many unique lines there are for the dog here.
It's
right?
great.
I mean, 20, 30, I don't even know.
It's just as many as the other characters, right? Like Hippo
Right.
and so
I mean,
on,
it's
right? It's
huge
probably,
numbers. I mean,
yeah, between 30 and 50 for sure.
Yeah.
So can I choose which head to pet? Let me see. No, it's always this one. Okay.
Since I got more pets here, boy.
Aw, that's so cute though. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy about that. All right. Let's see. All right, we'll go talk to Nyx.
Your fate lies somewhere past these walls, child.
Okay. Bye, Nyx. All right, let's see if I can get my new pool. Here's a renovate. All right.
Liven things a bit.
That looks nice.
A beautifully decorated, subtly enchanted bowl containing traces of the hapless prince's past attempts to flee the underworld now accents a particularly cluttered corner of his room.
Okay,
Always
so
wanted my own scrying pool.
scrying pool. So this lets me look at the top card of my library and choose to put it on top or bottom of my deck, right?
Just need to
Oh,
keep
that's neat.
Right.
Gives me information about my runs.
It's purely cosmetic, right? But it's kind of.
But it's that. See, here's the thing. I would want something that tells me this information, and it's nice. It's neat that they kind of locked it behind this little
like a
thing.
reward of
Yeah,
some
exactly.
sort,
I like that. So.
Well, it's equivalent of saying diegetic, right? Where it is
exactly
it is
right
in the game, right? And that can make it just feel more real.
I really appreciate that a lot. It's clever. Okay, so now I have 20 of these, so I could get some more Chthonic Vitality, or I could improve my Shadow Presence, and
more backstabbing or more healing.
or I could save up for some of this stuff here. Right. So, I think I want to save up for Greater Reflex. I gotta say. So let's do that.
You really want to save up for at least one rank of Death Defiance.
I'm sure I do. Because you're right. Because I mean, these runs are so short, right?
The second one is 10 times as expensive.
Right.
Oh,
the first one is like it's almost free.
Okay, you're right, and I'm so close to getting it right now. Okay, that's a good point.
You have some keys though, so you can.
I have 3 keys. Well, so let's take I forget how much the cheapest one was. I thought it was 4. I can get this thing. So what even is this thing? Well, let's find out. Oh, Shield of Chaos. All right. So I don't know. Have they ever made a hero before who just fights with a shield? I don't know if I've ever seen that in comic books or anything like that. But anyway, all right.
Captain America.
All right, so let's see if I can throw my shield and have it bounce back and it'll catch it. Let's see if I can do that. So I can bash, I can defend, I can throw. All right, let's throw. Boom! That was fun. That was great. I played a real lot of the old Captain America and the Avengers arcade game, and it was really fun. And you'd throw your shield a real lot, and it was really satisfying.
What if you miss your shield?
What's that?
What if you miss?
All right. I can't miss. But I can't. Oh my god! This is so cool. It's so Captain America. That's great. All right, so I can press X to bash. Oh, this is a great weapon. Oh, I like this.
Try holding it.
Okay, sure. Ooh, cool. So I'm defending while I'm doing that, right? And then, all right, and then I can press X while dashing to dash strike. So like that.
That's the moveset.
That's great. That's really fun.
Yeah. Each weapon has a pretty simple moveset, but obviously it gets augmented whenever you get the hammers.
Yeah, I approve. That's neat. That's really cool. Get the backstab damage on him.
So the wall stab too. That's another thing you can do.
Yeah, I saw that. There was at one point I was fighting an enemy and it said cornered when I hit him. So I
deals extra damage when you do that.
Yeah, didn't know exactly what it meant. But that's cool. Well, let's see what this is.
The courtyard of the House of Hades is kept neat and orderly, in contrast to the terrifying sprawl that lies
So even though you're not going to play another run, you should go and try one just to see if you meet one of the other gods.
Okay.
Cheap and
sure.
easy way if you just meet another god right there out front.
Well, and I've got to like see what my first boon is, the very up, very front, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And like
It saves per room as well. So next time you boot it up, you'll be able to pick back exactly the room.
Oh, that's really cool. I was gonna say, and then I better just play the whole run anyway, because then I'm gonna lose that boon. But no, if it saves it, then it's okay. Yeah. Ashley's laughing because she knows that it's already 4:52 p.m. and we gotta get out of here. But all right, so let's do that. Let's do exactly that.
You gotta check one. I want to see lucky. See if we get lucky and if we get Dionysus.
Okay. Yeah. I want to see it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Dionysus.
Here we go. Revelry?
People having a good time? Well, sure then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I'll accept this message.
Right.
Hey there, Zag. How's it going? Look, you have got to get here with the rest of us.
Dionysus
We've been
is so
saving
bad.
you a spot. Let me see what I can do. Make life a little sweeter for you in the meantime.
This is excellent. Oh wow, this is great. And he's got his grapes all over him, and he's got the what is this thing up here? What is this? The thing on the end of his staff?
Good question. I don't know.
Some kind of whatever it is. I'm sure it's delicious. And he's got his goblet. This guy is he's a teen rating by himself. This is excellent. All right.
So
There's also Aphrodite in the game, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get to her later, maybe off the stream. But anyway, Drunken
Aphrodite
Flourish.
has very strategically placed hair.
Yeah, it's excellent. Okay. We got Drunken Flourish. Inflicts hangover.
Yeah.
For 4 seconds, victim keeps taking damage. Oh, don't I know the feeling of that? All right, let's see. Effect can stack up to 5 times. Trippy Shot.
I like Trippy Shot.
Festive Fog. Wafting fumes briefly stun foes in the area for every quarter second. Drunken Dash causes a hangover several times near to where you started. That's really cool. These are neat things. So I guess large explosive that bursts into a festive fog, or I get the dash, or I get the special. I guess I think I want my. I'm gonna boot. I like my cast. I think I've been liking my cast moves a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go for that.
I think the cast is where they get to be most unique on the abilities, mostly because you always have the cast, right? The weapon, the moveset changes quite a bit, so all of the effects that they put for the weapons have to be fairly generic so that they work. For the cast, we get some pretty cool and unique stuff because it's always the same.
Look at that. That was great.
Yeah, it deals twice as much damage for this one, right? To 100 or from 50 to 100, and it does the stun in area, which is really good.
Yeah.
I believe bosses don't get stunned, but just
Sure.
about every other enemy does.
Well,
But you can see overall, right? I mean, you've got the base feel of the game, but you've seen 10% of this.
Oh,
Right.
sure.
I mean,
The only
sure.
thing you haven't seen really is the bosses, I would say.
I haven't seen the bosses. I haven't seen all of the gods. I want to see all the gods.
Right.
I want to see more of the story. I want to see as
You've
many
only
of these
seen
abilities. as I can
Tartarus.
see.
You haven't met the special encounters that are on
Right,
every
Right,
level.
there's some-
Right.
I mean, there's and then the whole story goes quite a ways, and I mean,
Yeah.
it is. You haven't gotten involved in the love triangles. You haven't. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts, right? I mean, you barely scratched the surface. But you've got a feel for the gameplay. The
Right.
gameplay, it's like, yep, you know how this game works now.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not expecting any major surprises in that.
I really like that the tutorialization is just, again, it's just a run, right? They know you're going to run a bunch of times, you're going to die anyway, so, like, might as well throw, right there and give you some resources and get you a feel for everything.
It really does the
Okay,
in medias res thing
they
that
need
you
to-
mentioned to the extreme. But I want to hear from you in a second. But what I want to say was that, like, sometimes you do that and it picks up, but it still has all of the trappings of a beginning of a game. In the games like that, where they'll, your hero is in the middle of a combat and you're fighting, but it still will like pause the game before you strike and it'll say press
Right.
this button to do this attack, and you press that and it says use this resource to do this thing, and you use a resource to do the thing, and then that still happens a lot with a lot of games, even when they do start in medias res.
Right.
But here it's just like, nah, whatever, just start playing the game.
And especially because death is a primary mechanic in this game.
Yeah.
And so they need to even teach you that death is how you progress.
That's really
and
cool.
so there's no reason to prevent you from dying early. It's fine if you die early. Cool. No problem. Right? I mean, and so it really
Dying is
well
a main
done.
mechanic.
This makes me wonder about this game, what the potential is for like no death runs or that kind of thing.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
There's
Oh,
lots of
God,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
People do all sorts of things like this. And there's, once you go through it, so you can play like 30 plus hours of this, right? And complete the game in the basic sense. And you have only unlocked a set of 15 plus unique difficulty settings that you can combine, right? I mean, if you
personally
go
like
for the
the-
challenge stuff, I mean, I've played 40 hours, and from the high-end challenge point of view, I haven't even, well, I technically started. I dipped my toe into it, right? And that's it.
I personally like the boonless challenges. It's really
The
cool.
boonless challenge.
You
no, that
purposely take
sounds-
no boons from any of the gods and try
Yep.
to beat it. There are things that help you if you take no boons, but it's really cool.
That sounds
Because
great.
the thing is, this game is very skill-based, right? Where
Right.
you can get through without taking damage if you're just phenomenally good.
Yeah.
Because you have the mobility to do it. And
Every
so
time I took
it's
damage in this
fascinating.
game, it felt like it was my fault. It wasn't something where I was forced
Yeah.
into it. It was because I was careless or I didn't know enough
It
about
does
how
get
the
a
game
lot
works.
more hectic later on, though.
I
It's
believe it,
harder
for
to
sure.
avoid damage
Yeah.
later.
And then there's
But, like-
bosses.
Right.
Yeah, but because certainly in that last fight that I lost, you know, where I was doing a ton of dodging, I was trying really hard, and I felt really like I was controlling
did it.
things a lot better than I had in some previous situations. I was really being cautious and dodging, and so yeah, I mean, it really and when I finally died, it was like, they got the better of me finally.
And see,
So
even if you have one health left, in most games you're just like, why am I even trying? This one you're going like, I'm in trouble,
yeah,
but I might be able to pull it off. I
Yeah.
can get it.
if I
And if I can just
clear
get one more room, it's
just
worth
one
it.
more room, exactly right. Every
And
single
especially
room
if the
is
next
worth
room
it.
is the shop, where you can get maybe some health back,
Or even
whatever.
if this room gets me some more night crystals or whatever they're called.
Just something, right? I mean,
Exactly.
And so
yeah.
it feels really good because of that. And this is why ultimately, I mean, you look at something that when Supergiant did Bastion years ago, right? That was a great game. Not a good game, a great game. I mean, that is something we used to teach design from, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they made Transistor and they made Pyre, and those were very good games, but they didn't match the greatness of Bastion.
Right.
And there's a sense in which it's like, well, you can only capture lightning in a bottle once, and there's no shame in that and all that. And then they made this.
Yeah.
This is a masterpiece. This
Yeah.
is a Hall of Fame game. It's going to be fantastic 20 years from now.
Mhm.
It is that good. So many elements of it, so many pieces of it are so well done. It has so much depth to it. Its story is so good. It's so integrated into the style, the theme, the art, the music. You haven't even hit the best parts of the music yet. There's
Yeah.
a part in Elysium where they start doing a unique song that they've done in it, and it just comes on and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well,
and
I'm-
it's
I
like,
gotta
Boss fight
say,
is unique too, yeah.
I'm glad that I'm glad I'm stopping now because we got our volume turned way down on here. We're having all these audio glitches, so I'm just getting a very bad impression of what the game really sounds like. So when I go
It's really
home and
good.
play this later on, I'm gonna really get a good feeling.
All
for
the Supergiant games have amazing audio.
Well, yeah, I mean the composer.
I tend to agree with Ben. I think Bastion is definitely the one I had. I don't know. I like Transistor quite a bit as well from them. You can see
they're
kind of
all
an
very
evolution
good, right?
of Supergiant with their games as well. With Bastion, they got I think they were like doing is the first game, right? They're doing the engine, they're doing the action. I think they have the pretty good action game there. And pretty cool story that's very, very different, very narrator driven. But they invested a lot more in some of the kind of aesthetics, the audio, and the other stuff too in the other games, and I like that a lot in the Transistor. You can see kind of the evolution of that a little bit. But I do agree, Hades, I think it's kind of the best game they put out there, and I think it's the most. It's like really well distilled essence of roguelike, or a really roguelike should be.
It is. It's so good, and there's so many things that are essentially kind to the player, right? Both from the way they let you control difficulty levels, the way they let you control the pace, even by the choice of your weapons, the way they let you choose your play style, the way they let you make it insanely challenging if you want to, but in unique, different, and interesting ways. It's all just so much, getting in the player's head and going, however you like to play this game, all right, let's, we're going to make this awesome for you for radically different types of players. And it's brilliant. I mean, this is where when I rank, Supergiant games, it's Bastion's a 10, Transistor and Pyre 9s. It's 11. I have to change the scale now.
Right.
It's.
I was going to mention, we're talking about roguelikes and all that, and I love the old classic roguelikes, Rogue by itself, and NetHack. I got really into NetHack for a long time. I played a lot of that.
That's classic.
And the thing about these games is that they're super fun to play again and again because, of course, they're procedurally generated. You don't know if you're going to get the same thing you got before, or you're not going to get the same thing you got before, but you don't know if you're going to get any of the same things you got in the previous run, and all this stuff. And you want to see if you can just do a little bit better than last time. But of course, each game is a separate hero, a separate story. You didn't make it. Okay, try again, play again, right? Game over. But so here, it's not game over. It's the same hero. Each run is they're putting a thing around that. So I haven't even left the circle of the game when I lose my life. Whereas otherwise it's a total exit point every time you die. You're like, well, that was fun. I guess I'm done.
And you're progressing.
When you
even
play
when
this,
you're
I
dying,
mean,
right?
you die, especially you've gone on for a while and you haven't died, and you're going, okay, you're really intense, you're doing it, then you died, and then you immediately go, oh, I wonder what's next story-wise.
Well, yeah.
Right? I mean, you're immediately like, I wonder what powers I'm going to get. Oh, man,
exactly.
I was getting the thing. I was getting,
right.
Oh, wait, can I unlock the weapon? I mean, there's just, no, it just works so well.
And in game design, we always talk about the rise and fall, right? The interest occur.
Yes.
And that has
good
immediately
God,
built
is
into
this
the
good at
game,
it.
right? It's like it's building
Right.
up, and then as soon as you beat, you haven't seen that, but also after a boss, there's a little bit of a lull. But then also when you lose the run, you go back to the the lobby.
And I always like to think about separate interest curves for different aesthetics that are potentially going, kind of this way with each other. And so
the challenge and the narrative.
Exactly right. And you get that a lot here too. When I die, I'm going to drop off the challenge steeply, but then a bunch of narrative comes to me, a bunch of the expression exactly when I want to go expand the all that stuff and the discovery of the mechanics. Well, what have I unlocked now? So that all peaks up, and then you get to go experience what it's like when you go into the game with bringing that stuff with you, which is a slightly different way of expression or discovery. So it's lots of this going together, and it feels great.
And I find it very addictive too, because every time you jump into a new run, there's new boons, new environment, new weapons and stuff. It's really cool.
New story, new everything. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. If I had to pick one game at this current point in time, it's like you're going to teach game design, but you're only allowed to ever talk about or show one single game, right? Weirdly, this is the game. It used to be Portal, and it's like, but nope. This has too many aspects of it. The narrative layer on top of everything, too many different aspects in Portal does. Not that it's better than Portal. It's just that it has too much more spread of places to teach than Portal.
So I know that for some of these,
and there's a link, of course, because as usual, a DigiPen student worked on this. Eduardo, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name.
That's really cool.
Eduardo was a big factor in this game.
Wow.
And it shows, right?
I should have done my homework and known about that before.
What part of your work on it? I did not know.
That's really cool.
He did a lot of the gameplay stuff, and I think he did some of the procedural stuff, from what I understand.
Okay,
I'm not completely sure, right? Yes. Well,
that's awesome.
Programming, but I mean, it's that BSGD thing, right?
I see.
Yeah.
Technical design, right? Where it's like, sure, yeah, it's programming, but it's a bit more than that.
That's pretty cool.
So I wanted to ask you this question here. I know that you've done in a bunch of these DigiPen classes, you use Portal, you use BioShock to.
We use Bastion in the past too.
Yep. And so, have you been using this game in those classes?
I have not yet, because it's I started playing it this spring.
It's pretty new, right? Exactly. That's a good point.
However, this fall I am teaching a class where the first project is a procedurally generated shooter, and so we're going to be talking about Hades.
You bet. That's great. Yeah. All right. Well, I think this is a good place for us to wrap things up here. So let me just go ahead and quit the game, and I guess I can actually real quick here. I can give up.
Give up is to
I can just go back to the
run,
lobby. Yeah, that's cool. And then that's new. So we'll quit. Progress saved 11 minutes ago. Yeah, that's cool. All right, great. Let me see. Continue from that chamber. Yep. Look at that lad.
I love the little UI things. The little animation in his hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Things-
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty subtle and
so
simple,
nice.
but I like it a lot.
Oh,
And
so
the
good,
Bastion also
so
had a
good.
pretty good
Yeah.
intro there.
Yep. Bastion did stuff like this
Let's see what the
wonderfully.
patch notes are. Let me see here.
Yeah.
This is
They're always doing more stuff too in terms of.
That's great. That's really cool.
Fixing
Yeah, there was an update just the other week, or this week even. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Any last remarks here before we call it over?
I think that's it. It was a really great game.
Yeah, I really just would say anybody listening to this, right? I mean, you need to play Hades, right? I mean, it is, even if it's not going to be something you're going to play for a huge amount of time, if you are at all interested in design or the creation of games in any way, shape, or form, you need to play Hades. It's that good. It has that much of an impact in thinking about how you really make this stuff good. And so play it. Play it.
Agreed.
And it's really accessible too, even more so than the other Supergiant games.
If you're worried about the difficulty, just go in, turn on God mode. You get 2% damage reduction every time. You'll be fine.
You bet. So a couple things here. First of all, Digit the Dragon, our friendly chat moderator, has shared a link here to Eduardo's work on Hades. I appreciate that. And
we did an article about him too.
Of
There's
course.
also a great documentary that I found on YouTube from NoClip that shows the whole development cycle for Hades. So if you're interested in reading a lot more and seeing a whole documentary on it, you can find it there.
That sounds great. Yeah. Ashley, you made a face a minute ago. Is everything okay, or
we're just running over time?
I think so.
We are, yeah.
No, the stream crashed for like a hot second while Ben was recommending the game.
Okay. Are we back up though?
Play the game.
I think so.
I think so.
I think I was
Well, we'll try to
changing,
end anyway.
Scenes too often.
So either we'll have a very anticlimactic end to our stream, or we're back now and we're ending it now. So either way, yeah, play Hades. That's really, really good. Check out this link we got right here to Eduardo's work. Eduardo, former DigiPen student. And I'll just go ahead and wrap things up here. So here we go. Once again, our episode has come to a close. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks to Supergiant Games for making Hades, and thank you to today's guests, Victor Cecci and Ben Ellinger. This has been the DigiPen Show. I am your host, Doug Zwick. Our executive producer today was the cool-headed Ashley Goodwin. Our chat moderator is the well-dressed Digit the Dragon. Our stream graphics were created by the multi-talented Julian Smart. Our audio setup was crafted by the regrettably unavailable on Fridays Michael Bachman. Special thanks to Helton, Ben, Ryan, Tabitha, Samir, Bryce, Angela, Mike, Ashley, Simon, and Steve. You know who you are. We'll be back again next week, so follow us to get notified when we go live. Until then, thank you for playing.
See you guys.